Hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Habla un poco español? Un poco, un poquito, very small. Muy bien, thank you. I am delighted to welcome you to Montgomery College and would like to thank the panelists for what I know is going to be a very informative session. But before I do that, I want to take the moment to thank an advocate within Montgomery College and also an advocate outside of Montgomery College for the power of what this institution does. And if you would just join me in thanking Gloria Vania, because she is tireless. Every place I go, everywhere I am, everybody I talk to, we talk about issues that are affecting this community. They talk about Gloria. You know how wonderful Gloria is. I said, I know how wonderful Gloria is. Do you know how wonderful Gloria is? I know how wonderful Gloria is. So I want to thank her, and I'd like to take the time to do that because I like to say thank you. Thank you, I think, is the highest form of praise to anyone because you know they bring value to the work that we do. This phenomenal project that we will be discussing today is aimed at educating the community, including those men and women who are directly impacted by deportation, on the financial and legal implications of deportation. We recognize the goal and efforts of the unfinished business because Montgomery College, very simply, is to empower our students to change their lives and to enrich the life of our community. In fact, part of our strategic plan is engaging our community and to be a resource for all. I think one of the values of being an educational institution is that you get to sponsor conversations. You get to promote dialogue in ways that sometimes can be very difficult, but to do it in a safe place, to have conversation as such, that is the value we have. And we've articulated in our strategic plan a very deliberate goal to do that. We believe that we are here to provide access to every member of our community, regardless of where they come from, where they were born, where they currently live, or where they dream their future to be. That is why our Board of Trustees unanimously and vigorously, and dare I say aggressively, supported the Maryland Dream Act, which passed last year, that provides all county students, regardless of place of birth, with in-state tuition at our state's colleges and universities. I am fiercely proud of our open access mission. Our admissions process is not selective. You don't have to know somebody to get into Montgomery College. You don't have to have a pedigree that suggests you have 5 centuries of residency in this country. That's not who we are. Bring everyone to us, and we like to meet students where they are and help them get to where they want to be. What I ask is that our students bring a willingness, a desire, a passion to articulate a vision for themselves and to work hard to do that. Students like Ricardo Campos. Ricardo was born in El Salvador. At the age of 12, he came to this great country with his family, bringing with him hopes and dreams, but not the necessary paperwork that was necessary to be a citizen here. That didn't stop him, though, from triumphing. He beat bone cancer. He graduated from high school. He enrolled at Montgomery College, even making the dean's list during his time there. And despite gaining admissions to the University of Maryland as an in-state resident thanks to the DREAM Act, Ricardo has opted to stay at Montgomery College to pursue his nursing degree. But that's not all. Like so many of us whose lives have been complex and have had to endure many things, Ricardo must balance his future dreams with his present reality. That is why he is a full-time student at Montgomery College, but also a full-time employee at Casa de Maryland, where he brings home a paycheck while advocating for comprehensive immigration reform. And he recently explained the reason he chose to stay at Montgomery College is because, quote, it always provides students with opportunities to continue their regular lives and with endless possibility for the future. Ricardo is but one of tens of thousands of students who we empower every year at this institution. Our students are as diverse as the world. More than 7,500 students, nearly 30% of our student population this fall, are not U.S. citizens and have not declared themselves as U.S. citizens. These students represent 164 countries. Now, I have a friend of mine who works at the UN, and I've suggested to him that we are gaining on them. They may have 181, I believe it is, countries in the UN. We're trying to get there at Montgomery College. And it makes sense because the world we live in today is very diverse, and it requires us to have a set of competencies that are required to live in a diverse society. Community colleges, I would offer to you, are the perfect place for that because we teach knowledge and skills that help anyone thrive in today's world. We adapt to the needs of our students. Many of you who had the opportunity to talk to me know that I love my job. I love my job not just because I get to be the president and sometimes I can walk into a room and on a Saturday have heels and people smile at you and clap when you walk in. I love my job because I love our mission. I love the idea that we have the responsibility to provide access to higher education to anyone who wants to come here. And I know that we are affecting the lives of not just individuals, but their families and our community. We know that for a fact. I often tell the story as a first-generation college student. My grandfather was what we would call, have you seen the movie The Help? Have you seen The Help? My grandfather was the male version of The Help. I grew up in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, a child of Jim Crow, and knew very distinctly what that was. He worked with a family. He carried their children around. He drove them around. He was the odd man around the house to fix everything around the house. His son, my father, went on and completed high school and then went later, much later in life, to take courses at a community college. His granddaughters, my sister and I, both went on to complete college, went on to earn advanced degrees, and have turned out okay. And what I think is pretty important about that, his great-grandson, my son, who is 6 years old, tells me that, Mama, when I go to college, I want to be an engineer, an artist, and a ninja. The key part of that statement is that when he goes to college, and he knows that's a part of his legacy 2 generations after his grandfather who completed high school and his great-grandfather who did not have an education beyond the 6th grade. That is the power and the potency of what education can do. I love the fact that at Montgomery College, we're working every day to ensure that everyone who comes here has the opportunity for success. We've created entry points in our English language programs in various fields, such as office administration and computer application. We hold citizenship classes that include activities such as visiting a museum or attending a school board meeting so that you can be an active citizen in your community. We also do things such as helping people understand how to complete questionnaires. And this year, we launched a new Global Humanities Institute that enables our faculty to study abroad and then translate these cross-cultural skills into the classroom here at Montgomery College. In fact, 16 members of our faculty, staff, and administrators will travel to El Salvador over the next 2 years to learn and assist in the creation of a new 2-year campus at the Universidad de El Salvador. We passionately believe that the diversity and backgrounds of each individual in our community makes our community stronger. And with access to education, our dreamers could be the next scientists to discover cures, explore the universe, be peacemakers in a time when we need people to be peacemakers, compose music, write literature, and the list goes on. Access and knowledge are the purest power in today's society. I hope that today's panel is one that incites you to think differently about the community that we live in. I hope that it empowers you to understand the legal and the business and all the other implications around these issues. Most importantly, I hope that it is an inspiration to you to continue the work of ensuring that anyone who wants their piece of the American dream has the opportunity to do so. And I hope that you know in this community, Montgomery College is committed to that, and I look forward to many more discussions like this in which this institution is a sponsor. Good afternoon and have a wonderful day.